Back on the bed for the final run here. So this is what we're coming up with. This is mocked up for a hitch. So we're going to have welds up here and we're going to have an angle iron in the back. And so we just kind of mocking and fitting and eyeballing. You know, this hitch was welded to the truck, so we cut the legs off of each end and we're reconfiguring it to come on and off with the bed. And it'll also make a step to get up on the bed too, possibly. So that's what we're liking about this. Instead of having it on the truck frame, on the truck frame, it was interfering with the fit of the bed, because this bed wasn't designed to go on there with that. So we just chopped it off and moved it back. So we're going to get this tacked into place and welded up. And also what we're starting on, we're going to do another set of stacks. So we've got some exhaust tubing right here, and if you guys don't know that square 1/8 4-inch tubing is exhaust tubing, then you haven't seen the stacks truck that we did, which is now down in Puerto Rico, I believe. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some mitered exhaust, and it's going to be on the diamond instead of the square. Stacks are going to be made out of 4-inch square tubing. And let me come over here. So on this C channel, they're going to come up and dog leg out at the top. We'll get it all mocked up and show you, but I just wanted to show you we're going to cut these. So what I did is I kind of guesstimated how much pipe I'm going to need to cut my mitered piece. So this is a 16-inch. I think the long leg of my mitered piece is going to be about 12. And let's see, so yeah, 12 and maybe a little more than 6 on the bottom. I'm trying to remember off my other set. Thought I had a drawing, but I don't have a drawing. So we're trying to dust off the old cranium and see what's what. So what I wanted to do is get some marks to do some torch cutting, so that we got smaller pieces to put in the bandsaw to make the miter cuts, and you know, just easier to handle size pieces. So I got a 16-inch I'm cutting. We're going to make our miter pieces and see if that's it, and that should not waste very much of the length of tubing. And then we'll figure our vertical and mock one up, and then we'll make that'll be the pattern for the second one. So that's where we're at now. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so we got a little small piece of exhaust pipe, quote unquote, right here. So we got this thing leveled in here. We got our mark. We're going to cut 22.5 degrees here. We're going to rotate this end piece 180 degrees. The two 22.5s will make us a 45. And then we're going to cut a 45 miter on the back to give us a 90-degree vertical drop to keep the rain out the old girl. So both of us are suffering from some mild heat stroke right now. So we're gonna see how this comes out. We'll put y'all on time lapse and make a little noise. Alright guys, so now we set this like this, and if we take our piece that we just cut and we rotate it 180 degrees, that's our 90, and we just chop off a 45. So we're going to reset the chops off a 45 degree and make another cut. Well, all right, guys, ran out of battery, so this is what we came up with. These are mocked up. These are the diamonds that I like when you do it. They're a little bit more of a pain in the butt to cut, and we got them fitted and tack welded in place. So I'm going to weld those up in a little bit, and we're leaving the length alone for right now. Kind of cut this first one because but I might have needed to leave it a little longer. I'm not sure. We're going to be going into the bottom of these with flexible pipe because we got to go around the PTO and all that, so it's not going to be hard. Everything welded in like I did on the Stacks truck. But anyhow, I think it's going to come out good. If I need to, I might have to add a little bit here. We'll see how the aesthetics work. But I think they came out pretty cool, and I think they're going to look good. They're going to be welded to the headache rack on the winch bed on each side, and the flex pipe will come into the bottom, and I don't know if we're going to snub it in there or if we're going to make a hard connection right there. That's going to be decided a little bit later. And we took the hitch, we took all the mocking of the hitch down that we showed y'all earlier, and we're getting ready to grind all of this and prep. We got one more piece that we're going to add to the hitch from the back to give it some back support, so we're going to grind for all that, mock it all up, tack it, and then start welding that up. And other than that, we got a couple of holes to drill, and we're getting close to the end of the bed mods for now, so let's get on it. All right, guys, good morning. We gonna be burning some wire and burning some rod today. We got to finish welding and dressing these stacks up, and we're kind of jumping around, so I'm hoping I'm not repeating something from the last video. It's been a couple of days, and we had a few other things to get out the way. We did our final little mods on this hitch, so we're gonna tack a bunch of stuff in place. I'm gonna take off what I can and weld it on the bench just so I can flip it around and get good angles for the welds, make everything pretty, and then we'll come back and put it on the truck. So we got that to do. And then I think the last thing welding wise for right now is going to be to get up here where the electric winch is and finish welding, or mount for that. We kind of got it some good tacks and did some fitment for the electric winch, and then our stacks are going to go on, so we got that to do as well. And so gonna be a lot of time lapse because I know y'all don't want to sit here and watch a bunch of welding, and we're going to get the old Lincoln Commander fired up. We got the old 450 in the air over there. Got a couple of oil leaks on the bottom. Got it pressure washed and cleaned up on the bottom so we can spot where the leaks are. So everything's coming in the play. We're going to try and get this welded up, and then we can get this bed back on the truck. Maybe shoot a little paint on it before she goes on. All right, let's get it.
Well guys, we're getting back cracking on this bed this morning. We got some 6-inch square tubing. I'm gonna take about a 7 to 8 inch cut out of here, and we'll use that to mount our the sprocket that comes from the PTO. And let me show you on the truck here. What I was trying to explain, we're gonna have a PTO shaft coming out of the PTO. We're gonna have our 6-inch square tubing to serve as a mount for this pillar block. PTO shaft's gonna mount directly, and it'll drive our winch gear. Right, what I was trying to describe here, we're gonna have our PTO shaft coming and mate to this guy. Have our 6-inch tubing holding up our pillar block, and that'll drive our winch gear up top. They do have you know, oval slots in this, so we can have our adjustment left to right. Okay guys, one thing that's crucial with any kind of chain drive, anything down to a bicycle, you want to make sure your sprockets are in line with each other, or else you'll be throwing chains, and we don't want that. So we're making sure when this goes on, it goes on in line with this. Make sure everything's in a row.
Alright guys, I wanted to show y'all, we're drilling to mount that box. We're drilling through the bottom right here to get started. Anytime you got to drill vertical is a pain in the ass, and it's hard on your shoulders and everything. So drill press always works good. So we got a Kunes inverted drill press set up right here, and we're gonna let y'all see how that works. Now I've done this with a bottle jack before too, but on the bottle jack it's a flat pad. So it'll work, but this one's got a cup pad, and the butt of the drill sits perfectly in it. And with this having rollers, you know, you can, because as this comes up, you know, it moves, so that kind of helps. But you just let the jack push, and you control the vertical and horizontal. And so as soon as we get our bits over here, we're gonna set it up and let y'all watch. Alright guys, so we're doing kind of fiddling around because our bit's longer. Alright, so once he gets it down, we're going to put a little bind on it.
Alright, good.
Hang on, I got to tighten my little screw. Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
You got your water?
Yeah, it's in there. Oh, it's in the shop.
We're ready, boy. that in the top if you wanted to. Drill on the clutch. Take this out and you can finish the hole where you can hold on to it. You almost at the end? Alright guys, that's a Cajun drill press. Inverted drill press. Very highly technical. Available at wherever you buy your junk. Alright kiddos, so we cut a block of 5x5. We got 5/8 bolts here with nuts welded in the bottom, so we don't have to worry about nuts and holding back. And we got 2 1/2-inch studs sticking out and welded in here, so we got nuts on the bottom. And we're going to see if we can get our chain on. Probably just put it on the you want to spin it on the little sprocket or spin it on the big one?
Probably the big one.
I don't know why it goes on the big one easier. Maybe the radius. Watch your ditches. Alright.
And that's in the middle. And you still got some to the left, some slide.
So we got the 1/2-inch bolts. We can loosen and slide that over to the right and take up the slack. And then it should be ready to go on the truck just like that. And one more thing I want to add. They got an ear down here. So if you got any forward and backward wiggle, you can run a piece of all thread back here and adjust it, but we may or may not need that. We'll have to see once we get the PTO on and get it all coming and see what it looks like, see how the chain is spinning. But for right now, we're just going to take a little slack out of it and get it a little tighter, and I think we'll be in good shape. All right guys, y'all been watching Tristan work. Show y'all what I've been doing back here, getting all of these welded in. I still need to do my verticals, but got this all welded in and then welded from the underside. Got a flat plate gooseneck. This is designed just to sit on a regular factory bed and then use the 4 bed bolts to hold it in. We're going to put it up under between the frame rails. We don't want it to belly, so I've got I'm welding some angle iron to give it a little backbone. Did that on my old hot shot truck and it worked well. And the other thing we're getting ready to tack on, if y'all can spot it right up in there, is one side of the smokestacks. So get up here where y'all can see it. It's kind of blending in with all the other stuff. We're going to leave the bottom open-ended because we're going to be coming in with flex pipe, but I don't know how good that's going to come out on camera. We'll get some more shots of it later, but that is our smokestack. We're cutting the other one to the same length, and then we'll mount it up on the other side. So I'm gonna get set up and tack this on. Got your little spacer block? Yes. Alright, cool. As soon as you get on this side, I'll get her lifted up. Get that clamp kind of set with a light grip. I'll stay on it and test you How much?
A couple inches.
Just leave the clamp off.
Right about there.
Okay, you're gonna have to feel. Leave that. I'll hold the height. There you go. Double check. We'll get a good look. Alright, hold it. I'm gonna true it up to the cage. How you look? Gotta go up? Okay. Huh? Got it when you're ready. We gotta go up, how far? 3/4. pretty square. Go ahead and squeeze your top. Let's see what it looks like. Don't get a tight clamp in case I gotta hammer it over. No easy way to measure that thing.
About more like a half. Yeah,
Okay.
just a bump up. Maybe we can hit it with a hammer.
I don't think so. It's gonna spring on those clamps. Just trust your eye in the back, because all that measuring with the block, if it looks good, it looks good. Okay. I gotta be, that's gonna be square right there.
Get a gap.
Well, I ain't worried about the gap. I'm looking that way, you looking the other way. Right, John? Did we do anything or no?
We'll see when it comes back straight, we'll close it off. Can we bump it again?
Yeah. Well, I gotta get it square. You good. Good. Let me check this side and see. Alright. That's got to be damn close, huh? Like, close enough?
I can tell there's a slight difference in the gap. You know, one, I can put the top cover on there.
Yeah, but that's just looking at it from the eyes, that's make it a quarter low. So when we, you know, make it on this side, come down as far, you know, to your new level, and then we'll raise it up to meet the top.
What if I put it on flush?
I don't get it. You mark it where you want to mark it, as long as we can see what, you know, that we actually moved it and we didn't lose it. If you're happy with that, then back up and look at it from the back of the bed again. What you think? Well, that means that's good, huh? Alright. Alright, well. Well, we use the eye chronometer, a very high-tech reading, down to the gnat's ass. So, time to burn it in. Well, I was hoping to get all of the welding on this video for this week, but we're getting a little bit long. I've got a few things I'm going to show you on the big plates here. That'll be on the next video. And we have to finish welding in. Let me see if I can get over here without the sun. We got to finish getting this piece right here done. and explain a little bit about the electric winch situation. But we did get smokestacks welded on. I think I'll make one more pass on there, and I got a couple of little clips that I'm going to make to put here just to give it a little sturdiness, but it looks like it's doing pretty good. And we got a bunch of welding under the truck, which is just, you know, bracing, bed mounts, that kind of stuff. We already kind of covered that. And of course the hitch, y'all seen enough of that too, I'm sure. Y'all are probably like me, you're getting tired of seeing this old bed in the air, want to see it on the truck. But smokestack there, showed y'all that one in a previous video. And smokestack, whoop, I'm gonna fall down right there. I'm super anxious to hear how those are gonna end up. And then I think the final thing is gonna be getting this gooseneck hitch under there. So that's gonna be tomorrow's project, and we'll pick it up on next week's video. I'm gonna close it out right there. Guys, if y'all have any questions or comments, feel free to hit us up, man. We love suggestions and also questions. Don't be shy. If you got a project you're scratching your head on, hell, I'll scratch my head with you. You know, we might come up with something, we might not, but we'll give it a shot. Other than that, man, you guys get out and work on something, and hell, send me some pictures of what y'all are working on, and we'll keep these videos coming for you. And I think that's about it for this week. So thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all on the next one.